you be working on your final project? Why, yes, I should. Person has no idea what my sculpture schedule is like, but guess what? I'm here instead. I was bored, and I figured since I got a unique opportunity last week that I should tell people about it, even if they don't care. So even if you don't care, I don't know, maybe do some chores and leave me on in the background. Maybe I'll provide entertaining. So, for anyone who's on my Facebook page, you know that I met Shia LaBeouf last week, and that was pretty fantastic, if not scary. But I'll explain why it was scary as the story develops. So, Tuesday, if you don't know, Shia LaBeouf was doing another one of his performance art pieces last week where he sat in a movie theater for 3 days straight watching his movies in reverse chronological order with the public. Now, what online failed to tell you was that, 1, there was a ridiculously long line for this. 2, the theater was also ridiculously small because even though there was a live stream of it, of Shia's face with a couple people behind him, you also didn't realize that, there's nobody in the theater with him. It's very limited capacity. So me being the hopeful that I am, I was like, yes, this sounds amazing. I should totally be a part of this. And last week, I don't have classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, so Tuesday I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool, but no, this is in New York. I'm in Philly. I shouldn't even get my hopes up for this. So I let it go. And Wednesday comes along, and of course, BuzzFeed, all those people are still reporting about it. And I decide, hey, let's ask Gabe if he wants to go. I mean, it's ridiculous, and he's obviously going to say no. He actually does have classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, early ones, and he's not going to be up for this at all. So I venture, and I say, hey, do you want to go see Shia LaBeouf watch his movies? He says, yeah, that sounds awesome. When? And I say, hey, how about right now? Obviously, he says no. But then he gets to thinking that maybe I should go. And I decide, okay. At midnight, I buy a ticket. Well, 2 tickets. One for there and back for a megabus. And I get 2 hours of sleep because I packed this ridiculously big hiking bag for no reason. I don't know why. I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but I packed a pillow and a blanket and who fucking else? I don't know. I don't know what else was in it. I don't even remember. That's how much shit was in it. So I have this giant hiking bag that's up to here behind me. I'm just, being a fucking tourist that I am. And I get on the bus at 6 a.m. and I'm almost late for it, and I have a panic attack about that, and I'm having doubts at first, oh, should I really be doing this? It's a waste of my time. And I'm like, obviously I should be doing this. I'm timing it so that I can get there for the Even Stevens movie in Holes. Who wouldn't want to see that with Shia LaBeouf? And I'm really excited, and I'm, on my fucking way, And I get there, and it's awesome, New York. Been there 2 or 3 other times before, not a big deal. I get out, and I ask a police officer where I'm going. He has no idea this is going on, but he also looks at me as if I'm fucking out of my mind for wanting to see Shia LaBeouf, and then expresses this thought, to which I reply, why the hell wouldn't I want to be seeing Shia LaBeouf right now? Who wouldn't want to be seeing? Anyway, I digress. He leads me to the right direction. I get on the subway without a hitch. I get there. I walk up to the movie theater, and there's a fucking line. And I don't look inside. I didn't think that far ahead. I probably should have, although now that I think of it, it might discourage me from waiting. And one of the people, as I walk by, goes, some of these people have been here for 16 hours. 16 hours? 16 fucking hours? Are you kidding me? Nowhere online does it say, hey, be prepared to wait in a fucking line. So, I get to stand outside in the cold. And I'm waiting, and I finally get to the stairs of the place, which in itself was amazing to me. It was an hour and a half of me waiting to stand on the stairs of the outside. And then I get to take a gander inside, and there is amusement park lines. Are these people fucking waiting for Shia LaBeouf? And in the middle, there are people sleeping. There are people lying down with sleeping bags, taking a fucking nap. That's how long these people have been here. That's how long I'm gonna be here. If I stick it out that long, I bought a bus ticket for 8 p.m. I didn't think I was gonna be there that long. I thought I would pop in, see the movie, leave, be in Manhattan for a little bit, woo, and then go home. No, that's not gonna happen, clearly. I'm either not going to get to see the movie and then be in Manhattan, woo, or I'm going to be waiting my entire life in this line. And granted, I also saw the fake list for the movies that BuzzFeed posted because it said it ended at 6:30, when in reality it ended at like 9:30. So I had 3 more hours than I thought I did to even get inside. But I didn't realize that until like, maybe an hour before the fucking thing is supposed to end. So anyway, I meet these people in line, Miranda and Audrey, and also a guy there because he was with his other friends, and they were drunk off their asses, and they ended up leaving, being kicked out, leaving, same thing. So we all get to talking, and then I realized that I brought a deck of cards. Thank you, Gabe. And we start playing games like euchre and stuff, and it's a fun time. And then after like another 2-3 hours of that, the guy pieces out. It's like, actually, I don't even know if I should say that long. It's like 1 or 2 p.m. And I'm just kind of down, and I'm like, is this really gonna even work out for me? And they're like, we'll be here. So we all are waiting and going in this line, and then not moving for like an hour. And then Holes lets out, and like mass of people leave because that's what they're there for. That's what most of us are there for. And as we're moving along, snaking along, I get interviewed by Now This, and that was awesome. And that's also on my Facebook. So for those of you who can check that out, do that because it's pretty cool, even though I'm made out to look like an insane person, which I am. But in it, they tell us, like, oh, hey, talk about how you got here, when you got here, how long you've been waiting, what you want to do when you get inside. And so I'm like, yeah, I've been waiting since, like, 8:30 this morning. It's been, like, 7 hours. Wow, what do I want to do? I definitely want to just fucking touch his face and be like, oh, Shia LaBeouf. So that made it in there. They even misquoted me, which made me sad. They said that I wanted to hug his face, which is a little different. I mean, not really less creepy than what I meant. So, anyway. Interview, waiting, and then the time comes when we're like on the last leg, and we're like, oh my god, I'm really excited. I did say words there, by the way. And we're really freaking excited, and we're like freaking out because less and less people are coming out. Because these people that are waiting, like 16 hours in line, yes, low battery, thank you, they don't want to leave the theater because they got this treatment. This is like parents that abuse their kids because they were abused. Like, these people are waiting forever in line because other people aren't fucking leaving, because there are people that have been there since Tuesday, since it began, that just won't leave their spot. So these people feel entitled to their spots because they waited for so long for them that they're fucking everyone else behind them because they think they deserve it more somehow. I got there first on my seat. So these people aren't leaving, and I'm freaking out because it's like 5:30, and I think it ends at 6:30. And I'm like, oh my god, this really sucks. And then it's like 6:30, and I'm like, shit. My bus leaves at 8. I have to be out of here by 7:30. So 6:30 rolls around, and I get to the front of the line. I'm like, and the way the setup is that I should probably plug in my computer. That's not how the setup is. The setup is that the theaters are downstairs. So even the concessions are downstairs, which was really poor, like, design choice, because all these people are waiting for hours and hours and hours, and they're not allowed past this, like, invisible line downstairs. So these concessions aren't being bought. There's this, like, really, really expensive cafe upstairs that, oh my god, I can't find it. There it is. There's this really expensive cafe upstairs that is selling like $5 brownies that like nobody's buying from. But guess what? They're all fucking hungry. People were ordering pizzas in line. If you had the concessions upstairs, you would have made like $1 million more. But again, I digress. So there's the downstairs area, and to get there, there's escalators. Now the line, the last like leg of the line, is like this. It's against a wall. I'm gonna do it like this. It's like against a wall, and we're here. And then on the other side, there's the escalators. So you get to see people go downstairs and disappear into the abyss, like with fist pumping and, you know, wooting. And then you get to see other people coming up and like, yeah, it's your turn now. You do it. You go. And we're like, yes, bless you. So finally it's my turn. Then I get an escort for some reason. They don't escort the other people, but I get an escort for some reason. They're like one. He comes up and he's like, miss. And they like takes me down. And then they like pat me down. And they like metal detector me. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm really excited. Am I allowed to talk to him? And they're like, would talk to? No. Why would you? And I'm like, what am I allowed to do? Can I stare at him? They're like, I wouldn't really bother him right now. He's, been in here for hours and hours and hours. I'm like, I understand that, but I've been here for hours and hours and hours, and I just want to fucking look at his face because it's Shia LaBeouf, and I'd like to view the beauty. And they're like, well, I suppose we could escort you down the aisle, have you stare at him for a couple seconds and take you back. I'm like, I'm gonna spend a little time with Shia LaBeouf. So I'm like, I'm not gonna take long. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I'm gonna leave so that someone else gets a shot. Besides, I have this busted pitch. So I go down, and I realize immediately there's only like maybe 30 people in this theater. Maybe. So I'm like, oh my god, this is the tiniest theater I've ever been in. No wonder nobody's getting in. Because there's nobody in this theater. Like, there's nobody that can fit in this theater. So I'm going down, and then they show me, because the way this is set up, which was horrible, is as a person leaves, someone takes their spot. But they're not allowed to kick anyone out. So you're allowed to stay for as long as you fucking want to. Which is why nobody was getting in. So I get a seat. There's like 3 seats, and then like 7 seats or something in the front. So I get the last seat, the row, the aisle seat in the front, the very front. And while I have to go like this to watch a movie, which by now is a movie from the early 2000s, when he was like a baby little Shia LaBeouf, and he has barely a role in it, and the quality is terrible, like VHS. It's definitely a VHS. And I sit down, and everyone's like really staring intently at the movie, and I'm looking around like, why is anybody paying attention? And the guy whispers to me, he's like, okay, Mr. LaBeouf, it's behind you that way. You can look. And I'm like, fucking thank you, I'm going to look. So he leaves, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, and I freeze, and I have a panic attack, because fucking there, sitting amongst everyone else, takes me a little bit to recognize him as Shia LaBeouf. And even I thought like, oh, I'd immediately see the camera, but I didn't immediately see the camera. But Shia LaBeouf is just sitting there, fucking with everyone else, and it's just, he's watching the movie like a normal person. He's beautiful. He looks like Shia LaBeouf. He is Shia LaBeouf. And I just want to fucking cry, so that's what I do. And not even like just like a, oh my god, kind of like tear of like, oh, look at the majestic beauty that is Shia LaBeouf. A couple tears. And the guys, there are 2 guys sitting at the end of the row, the other front aisle. And they lean over and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I traveled from Philadelphia to see Shia LaBeouf, and I'm so excited I'm doing it. And they're like, oh, that's so cute, I'm so glad you got to do this. And they're being really sweet, and I'm really happy, and I'm like freaking out, because I can tell them at the end of this movie, I'm like, oh, am I going to actually get to meet Shia LaBeouf? I'm freaking out. And I'm sitting there, and I'm looking over, like, I'm definitely looking at him more than I'm watching the movie. And I can't say that about anyone else. Everyone else is watching this movie. And I'm here for Shia LaBeouf. I haven't really met many celebrities. The most I've met is Colin and Brad from Whose Line Is It Anyway, which is awesome. And I also cried because I'm a fucking pathetic piece of crap. But, like, Shia LaBeouf. So I'm turned around, and I keep staring, and I'm just staring. And after like 10 seconds, I turn back around, and then I turn around again after another 10 seconds. And then at some point, I realize that he's looking at me too, but not in a like a, oh, hello there, neighbor, in a pipe the fuck down neighbor sort of way. And I mean, I don't want to place that hostility without it being justified, but that's how it felt. And I immediately was like, what the fuck? And I turned back around and like sank into my seat. I'm like disapproval. And finally the movie ends, and I'm like, oh my god. And I turn around, and he's fucking gone. Like, he clearly had to go to the bathroom, and we all get out, we all file out. Everyone's talking amicably about, like, whoa, fucking, this is fun. And I get in line for the concessions, and at first I'm like, I'm gonna get popcorn, and then I'm like, no, all I've had today are like 8 pizza rolls and a handful of trail mix that I brought that was actually really disgusting. It was the only food I brought. And I felt so bad because I was starving. And finally concessions are here, but I realized I have to go anyway, so I might as well pick up like McDonald's on the way out, which is going to be cheaper, and I'm going to get more for it. So I get to the front line, and I realize I have to buy something because I've been standing in the line like a dumbass, staring at the bathrooms, like, come here. So I look at the candy wall and I'm like, oh, okay, some Reese's. And then he rings up the Reese's and he hands them to me and he's like, you know, Shia likes Sour Patch Kids. I'm like, okay, then give me those. Where are you? Like, because clearly you have the superpower where you can stare into fucking Shia LaBeouf's stomach and realize that, yes, he is missing some Sour Patch Kids there that he longingly wants. So obviously give me those. And he's like, no, he likes these too. Cool, whatever. Okay, grab them, walk away, set my bag down. I see the guys from the aisle. They're like, hey, enjoy yourself. Fucking yeah. And then Shia LaBeouf comes out and everyone fucking crowds in. And this guy looks miserable. He looks so unhappy, and I can't blame him. Because while this probably sounded like a great idea at first, he's been sitting in a movie theater for 3 days. A very tiny movie theater for 3 days, in which he probably hasn't showered, because to shower would be, one, impossible in the theater, but even to, like, wash up probably would have been awkward, and probably against the project. So, people are crowding him, getting, like, selfies, and like, oh, can I take a picture? And he's like, yeah. And then finally he gets to me, and I'm just standing there with my Reese's. I'm like, you want some Reese's? And he's like, oh, no thanks. And then there's, like, this awkward pause where I'm like, yeah. And he's like, and he's not looking at me, so, like, I'm doing this pretty accurately. Do you want a picture or something? And I'm like, no, I just stare at my hand, and he shakes my hand. I'm like, immediately I'm like, never fucking washing this hand again. And then I back off, and I just start crying. And, like, not a sobby kind of thing, but definitely not the majestic tear or two before. It's more of a, oh man, it's more of a, okay, so, like, my grandma died. I'm at the funeral, like, the after party after the funeral, where I'm still kind of cryy, but I'm not as cry. That's a horrible, I don't know why I compared that to that, but that's what it was like. You know, I'm really tearing up. I'm having a hard time. And then I'm, like, trying to leave because I just embarrassed the shit out of myself in front of Shia LaBeouf. Like, this guy does not like me, and I'm the only one crying. Like, I'm the only one making a big deal about it at all. And I got a picture of him with, like, other people because I didn't want to ask him for a picture because, one, he looked miserable. Two, I looked miserable. And by miserable, I mean I just was, like, I was a fucking mess. And also, I'm that friend where, like, oh, let's take a picture. Delete that shit. I'm ugly. Let's do it again, like, 20 times in a row. So I knew that even if I did get a picture with him, I would look like crap next to this god that is Shia LaBeouf. And I'd have to keep that picture forever because it's me with Shia LaBeouf, even if I'm, like, in the picture. So I say no to the picture, and then I run into the friends, the two girls, and they're like, oh my god, you're here, yay, let's give you a picture with Shia LaBeouf. I'm like, I'm still crying. I can't go to Shia LaBeouf again. But they take me over, and they get pictures with him, and I'm just like, yeah, like, trying to control my face, and it doesn't work. And then he hustles his fucking way through the rest of the people and just goes back into the theater, and I'm like, I don't fucking blame you. I'm out, skis. The other girl is like, Audrey, she's like, yeah, no, I'm leaving too. So we both go up the escalator, and people are like, yeah. And I realized this line has not really moved at all. Like, we're the first people back. So I was, like, the last person to leave and the first person back. And I feel bad because, I mean, there's one movie left. One. There's still a line wrapped around outside. These people are not seeing Shia LaBeouf. Unless he makes some appearance at the end, which honestly, I don't think he's going to do because he's tired as fuck from everything. And, you know, can't blame him. So I get up and all these people are like, thank you so much. I'm like, yeah, totally. And I'm still a mess. And they're like, did you get to meet him? I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah. And I need to rest him and I hustle out of there. And then I realize I have no idea how to get to my subway. And it's like 7:30 and I'm like, I'm fucked. I grab McDonald's, my phone is at 2%. I have to like write down my reservation number, charge it a little bit for like a second, and then hail a cab, which doesn't come for 5 minutes. And then the guy's like, hey, by the way, this is my last, like, I'm done for the day, but if you're going a convenient way for me, I'll take you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to this place. And they're like, oh, you know, for the buses? I'm like, yes, please. And they're like, oh, I can get you there, don't worry. Paying cash? Yeah. So I get in the cab, I'm sitting there, we're talking a little bit. He fucking drives like a maniac. I have not apparently driven in New York before because there's like no lines at places. Like it's just, hey, I'm just gonna fucking, it's like a lava lamp of different little lava things being like, yes, I'm deciding to be here now. And so we're speeding and we get there with plenty of time to spare. I throw them $30, and they just fucking take my money and I race off, and I'm standing there, and I realize that, wow, this has been a fantastic day. But I'm tired of shit, because I waited 9.5 to 10 hours in line, and 2.5 hours on a bus, and then 2.5 hours on a bus to go home. I'm fucking tired. So I get home and I sleep for, like, the rest of my life. Like, I'm still sleeping. This is actually just, like, an astral projection of me. So, yeah, that's my story. Me meeting Shia LaBeouf, and it wasn't really anything special, but I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. And I had fun talking about it. I've only really talked about it like twice, in full length feature film. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to hopefully doing my project, but probably just watching more Jenna Marbles. And I love you guys, and thank you for watching or listening. And I hope you get to have awesome adventures like me, awesome spontaneous adventures like me in the future, because it was a blast, and I would recommend it to anyone. I love you guys once again, and have lovely nights.